Good morning, grade 12. Our first lesson in the first chapter is the introduction to conic sections. Suppose we have a double right circular cone and a plane. So, this is a double right circular cone. And ang tawag dun sa point na kung saan nag-intersect yung dalawang right circular cone ay vertex. And this one is a plane. Conic section, it is the intersection of a plane and the right circular cone with two naps. So what are those two naps? We have the upper nap and the lower nap. If the plane passes through the vertex of the conic sections formed are called degenerate conics. And a degenerate conic may be a point, line, or two intersecting lines. So, these are the degenerate conic. We have the point, single line, and two intersecting lines. If the plane does not pass through the vertex of the cone, then the conic sections formed are circle, ellipse, parabola, and hyperbola. So, anong pinagkaiba ng apat? So, this one is a circle. Bakit? Because a plane perpendicular to cone axis. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung plane when the plane passes through the right circular cone, it formed a circle. Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo dun sa picture. And this one is an ellipse because plane oblique to cone axis. Para siyang paslant na circle. And this one is the parabola. Why? Because plane parallel to side of cone. Sa isang side lang. It's either the upper nap or in the lower nap. How about the hyperbola? So, the plane cuts both halves of cone, yung sa upper nap and then sa lower nap. Ayan, napapansin nyo, dalawa dun sa nap ang na-cut or ang na-touch nung plane. And one way to represent a conic section is by a general quadratic equation in x and y of the form ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0, where a, b, c, d, e, and f are constants and a, b, c are not all 0. So remember that. We will only study conic sections whose axes are parallel to the x-axis and the y-axis. The equation for this type of conics will have no xy term. And if b is equal to 0, then the general equation of the conic will be of the form ax squared plus cy squared. Kung mapapansin nyo, nawala yung bxy dun sa general quadratic equation. And ito na yung magiging equation natin. Ax squared plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0, where a and c are not both equal to 0. So now, given an equation of a conic, how do we identify what type it is? Here's a list of the different possible ways to identify a conic section by means of its equation. So, ayan yung mga cases. We have A is equal to C. Yung A, kapag nag-equal siya sa C, we have a circle, point, or an empty set. Kapag naman yung case, ang A and C have the same sign and A is not equal to C, for example, positive 1 and positive 2, they are the same sign, but 1 is not equal to 2. That is why the type of conic section is ellipse or an empty set. And next is A is equal to 0 or C is equal to 0. So that is a parabola. And last one, A and C have opposite signs. So halimbawa, negative 3 and positive 2. They are opposite in signs. So that is a hyperbola. So this is a general quadratic equation, and let's have an example. Classify the equation according to the type of conic section represents. Kagaya ng mga sinabi kong cases kanina, and in-identify ko kung anong type of conic section. So this is the equation. 3x squared plus 5y squared minus 6x plus 2y minus 9 is equal to 0. So, paano natin siya ma-identify? So, this is the solution. A is equal to 3. Saan nanggaling yung 3? Kung mapapansin nyo, doon sa quadratic equation or doon sa general quadratic equation, we have ax squared. So, yung a doon, yun yung kasama ng x squared. So, look at the example. We have 3x squared. Ano bang kasama ni x squared? We have 3. That is why a is equal to 3. And c is equal to 5. So, look at the general quadratic equation again. So, nasaan si c? Yun yung kasama nung y squared. And for the example, we have 5y squared. So, ano bang kasama ni y squared? 5. And be careful with the sign. Kung positive, just put positive. Or, pwedeng hindi na. Pag negative, mahalaga na ilagay yung negative sign. Hindi pwedeng hindi na. Since both A and C have the same sign, and A is not equal to C, the equation represents an ellipse or an empty set. Bakit? Kasi kagaya ng mga cases na nabanggit ko kanina, kapag ang A and C have the same sign, pero hindi sila equal in number, they are ellipse or an empty set. Next one. Another, this is the general quadratic equation, and our example is this. Classify the equation according to the type of conic section represents. We have the equation 3y squared minus 4y is equal to 2x squared plus 9x minus 3. So, ano munang gagawin natin? The equation can be written as negative 2x squared plus 3y squared minus 9x minus 4y plus 3 is equal to 0. So, ano nangyari? Yung example natin, yung sa equation, in-equate natin siya sa 0. So, yung negative 2x squared dito, galing siya dun sa 2x squared. So, bakit siya naging negative? Kasi kapag nasa labas siya ng equal sign, so kapag nilipat mo siya sa loob ng equal sign, mapapalitan yung kanyang sign. So, positive becomes negative. And yung 3y squared, bakit nag-remain siya as 3y squared? Kasi hindi natin siya nilipat. Nasa loob pa rin siya ng equal sign. And yung negative 9x, kung mapapansin nyo dun sa example, positive 9x siya and nasa labas siya ng equal sign. So kapag pinasok mo siya sa equal sign, positive magiging negative. And negative 4y. Negative 4y pa rin siya kasi nasa labas or nasa loob siya ng equal sign. And positive 3, kung mapapansin nyo sa examples, negative 3 siya. So, nasa labas siya ng equal sign, from negative 3 magiging positive 3. And wala nang natira dun sa labas ng equal sign, kaya equal to 0. So, A is equal to negative 2 kasi ang kasama ng x squared is negative 2. And c is equal to 3 kasi ang kasama ng y squared is 3. And since a and c have opposite signs, bakit? Negative si 2, positive si 3. So, opposite yung sign nila. Now, the equation represents a hyperbola. Next, classify the equation according to the type of conic section represents. So this one, 6x squared plus 12x minus y plus 15 is equal to 0. So, hindi na natin siya kailangang equate sa 0 kasi naka-equate na siya sa 0. But, a is equal to 6. Tama? Kasi ang kasama ni x squared is 6. And c is equal to 0. Bakit? Bakit siya 0? May nakikita ba kayong may kasamang y squared sa given equation? So, wala. Kaya, c is equal to 0. Nakukuha ba? And, the equation now represents a parabola. Bakit? A is equal to 6. C is equal to 0. So, kapag merong isa sa kanila na equal to 0, yan ay parabola. Hindi lang pwedeng silang dalawa ay 0. So now, kung naintindihan nyo na, just answer the following. Pero kapag hindi nyo pa, pwede nyo namang panoorin ulit yung video. So figure it out. Classify the following equations according to the type of conic section each represents. So letter A, x squared plus y squared minus 14x plus 2y plus 50 is equal to 0. And letter B, 2x squared minus 2y squared plus 3x minus 2y minus 43 is equal to 0. And the last one, which is letter C, 4y squared plus 3x minus 6y minus 12 is equal to 0. So, I hope that you understand all of this. Just answer, pero kapag hindi pa clear, balik-balikan lang yung video. God bless. Thank you.